we'd headed to the depths of Cannock Chase to find out just how tough rugged mobile phones can get. Otis and Jason would be going head-to-head, testing two of the roughiest, tuftiest phones on the market.
I had the Sonim XP3 Enduro, which claims to be the most waterproof phone ever made.
And I had the Condurro LM801. It's tough and it's feature-packed, with a compass, altimeter, barometer, thermometer, torch, and even a laser pointer.
So, two very tough phones, but what was the challenge?
Now then, gentlemen, 4 parts for this challenge. You'll be blindfolded for all of them. They're all against the clock.
First, I would guide them through a slalom course to test the sound quality of the phones. Next, they'd be crawling through a mud pit to test how well the phones are protected against muck and grit, getting into their workings.
You'll be getting wet, but not as wet as you're going to get over here. Note the fire engine.
Then they would face the full onslaught of a fireman's hose to test waterproofness. And lastly, they'd need to throw their phones repeatedly to try and hit a high target. This would really test the phone's strength and toughness.
The winner is going to be the person who completes all the tasks in the shortest possible time and still has a working phone.
Jason was up first for stage 1, testing the sound quality around the slalom course.
3, 2, 1.
I headed off with John doing his best to guide me.
Left, right, get tree on the front.
Do you know what? It's quite tinny, actually. Left, I can't actually differentiate between left and right in his voice.
Left, right, forward.
Because the phone is completely sealed to keep water out, it muffled John's voice.
Turn on, right.
I made a few mistakes, but eventually made it through in 42 seconds.
Hang on, here we are.
On to stage 2, the mud test.
Oh my God! Where have you brought me?
You're going to the left.
Oh, God, it's disgusting! It just went into my pants! My Sonim is completely non-porous, so this disgustingly stinky mud, in theory, shouldn't get through the casing. Where do I go now?
The phone was covered in mud, but it kept going. John guided me through, and it was on to the waterproof test. Now, the Sonim is the most waterproof phone ever. All the workings of the phone are completely sealed inside, and special rubber and plastics are used to keep the water out. The Sonim can be fully submerged for up to half an hour.
Tell me, John.
Because of that, I made it through the water no problem and moved on to the final stage with a fully working phone.
Now,
my Sonim flew confidently through the air, landing hard again and again, but it kept on going, proving its toughness.
Hello, God, hello.
The phone's hardened rubber casing is designed to survive a fall onto concrete from 2 meters. I finally hit the target and I was done. Overall, my time was 3 minutes 32 seconds, and I had a fully working phone.
I can hear you.
A tall order for Otis to beat.
3, 2, 1.
I went for it, and it was immediately apparent that the Condurro had a much fuller sound.
Go, forward.
Okay, he's coming through really clearly. I can hear him very well.
Left, right, get tree on the front.
The ease with which I could hear John saw me through the slalom and into the mud ahead of Jason's time.
Right, keep ahead, straight.
Okay, my Condurro has an anti-slip rubber casing, so hopefully I won't lose it, even if I myself drown in this horrible bog of stench. Oh, that's deep. Hello? Oh, in the mouth. Not a good place. My Condurro got covered in mud, and it didn't like it. Oh, you sound so far away right now. Ooh. I could barely hear John through the speaker as I got further into the mud. Luckily, I managed to hear just enough to reach the button, but it didn't look good for the water test. My Condurro doesn't claim to be waterproof, just splash-proof, and the sticky, oozy mud had already caused some problems.
Sideways right.
You are so quiet, I can't hear you. Water had got into the phone. I could barely hear John. And as I moved on to the final test, John couldn't hear me at all.
Well, I can't hear you on the phone, so I think it's starting to fail. But anyway, let's get on with it, because you seem to be able to hear me, so...
My Condurro has a sturdy titanium casing, plus a magnesium frame inside, keeping everything in place.
So not quite as hard.
The casing stayed intact.
Oh!
But the water and mud had done its work. John got more and more faint, and I couldn't hit the target no matter how hard I tried. And I'd had enough.
The phone doesn't work properly. I can't hit the target, even though I went through the mud a lot better than Jason did, and I walked through the water better than he did. I've lost the challenge, because the phone's gone rubbish. There's no point in playing fair anymore, is there? It's hardly worth celebrating. I didn't win. Do you know what? Watching that brought back some really bad memories. However, on the plus side, if you're a builder and you're not going to go to the extremes, this has got some great features, including a spirit level.
Oh, it's got some fantastic facilities on there. Very, very impressive. The digital compass as well is very nice.
But definitely, you're one. Yeah. Jason has definitely won up on this challenge with the Sonim.
Thanks, Gail.